Hey everybody, Chill Pumpkin here. This is episode 1 of the Halloween series. Today we're going to look at a little bit of Halloween advertising. There'll be mostly candy, but there's a few other ones that really caught my attention. That is my favorite. So the first one I have here is the Kool-Aid Man Halloween glass, which is really cool. This was an advertisement that really caught my eye first when I was researching this project. Definitely one of my favorites. Pretty cool. I really like this Texaco one. Definitely's got that vintage look and that little pumpkin with the smoke coming out and his little earmuffs. This is absolutely probably in my top favorites as well when I was looking up these pictures on my Google searches. You know, it's just the antifreeze advertisement, but it's just classic. Like, this is something I could absolutely put up on my wall as a print. It's just kind of timeless, and I really like the look of this one. Next, we have Leaf Halloween Favorites. You know, I've never really heard of these candies before. There's Goblin Goodness and Leaflets and Leafsums. I don't know what any of these are, but I really like the look of this. This looks like this could be maybe from the 70s or so. It's pretty cool. I just like all the packaging is what kind of caught my eye when I was looking these up. It's just interesting that you would see these probably in storefronts back in the day. So yeah, this one's pretty cool. So when I was looking for Halloween candy, I wanted to find some advertisements for Halloween candy or sales, something like that. So I feel like this was a good example. So it's Shop Carl's Halloween Savings Treats. So it's kind of fun to look at these for, not only the vintage candy, but also the prices. So how expensive as everything has gotten. And some of the packaging really hasn't changed much in a way. It looks pretty much the same. Reese's does have their different themes like Reese's trees and all that kind of stuff. They didn't have the pumpkins back then, but this was a good example for having the advertising. So here we have a Wrigley Spearmint, the Perfect Gum Mint Leaf flavor. This is another one that would work great in a print. I'm sure this was probably in a magazine somewhere. I'm trying to figure out on this one what the arrows are. I don't know if that's just part of the costume, but I like this one a lot too. It's very clean and would be perfect for a Halloween display art. And also, it's bewitching mint flavor. Here's another one of my favorites, the Milky Way Chocolate Haunting flavor. So it looks like Milky Ways were 5 cents whenever this advertisement was made, and I just love the uniqueness of this one. It's silly. It's supposed to kind of be like he's taking a bite, but it kind of looks like his tongue, and it's just a really good use of space with having the ghost and then the black background. I thought that was really clever. It'd be really curious to know when this image was, I'm sure someone that could do the research and find out what year this was from, but I really like it. I mean, every time I post these and look at these, I think, wow, I could, collect these old advertisements and get prints of them just because how much I like them. And this one to me is like one of the more perfect examples of just having goofy and fun. So this one's kind of cool because it advertises buying by the box. So this must have been advertisements for storefronts, Baby Ruth, Butterfinger, and you could buy these boxes and put them in your store. So if someone came to your store, you could buy these boxes to give out to trick-or-treaters, versus just buying something individual. So this is one of the few advertisements I found that had that option where you could buy them by the box. So I wanted to feature this one for sure. And it's just cool. I really like the way they're advertising it. You kind of have a trick-or-treater and the witch in the background and the guy dressed up as a pumpkin. This is kind of perfect. I really like it. All right, for our last one, it looks like this is another one you could order from Whitman's. So you have kind of like a box chocolate theme. I like this because it's kind of neat. So I don't really see a lot of box chocolate for Halloween and these days, So it looks like, again, this is something that you could order Whitman's chocolate, and you could get a box, like maybe they had different art on the front for different pumpkins and witches and ghosts and things like that. So, you can make that as like a gift. So if you went to someone's house for Halloween or just birthday, whatever, around that time in the fall, this was a gift that you could give. Fruits and Nuts, a hospital Halloween greeting. That's really cool. So yeah, this is the last one. I appreciate everyone taking time to watch this today. And if you do watch the whole thing, I thank you very much. And if you do want to comment, what is your favorite Halloween candy? All right, we'll see you next time.